CFA exam in less than a month. Are you giving mocks? Have you started giving your mocks, or are wondering which mocks should we give? How much should we score? How to deal with mocks? And hey, how relevant are these mocks to the actual exam? If you're wondering about all these questions, then you have to keep watching this video. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing everything about the CFA exam mocks. Where should you do your mocks from? When should you do your mocks? How much should you score? How relevant are these mocks to the exam? How similar are the questions, etc, etc. So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to hit the subscribe button. I post content for early career professionals, helping them navigate their first interview, first job problems, soft skills. I also help CFA candidates by sharing all the tips and tricks that I have learned over the years. Along with that, I share lifestyle videos as well. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, along with daily vlogs on Shorts. So in case you like my work, then please help me grow by hitting the subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. And if you're already a part of this channel, then thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. So starting with the importance of CFA mocks, giving a mock before the exam, well, it is very important in my opinion. It always just makes you more prepared. So I think there are no two ways about it. You should give mocks and don't run away from that process. Now, answering question number 2, from where should you give mocks? Which mocks should you give? So a lot of people go to classes and a lot of classes also give their own mocks and all, and that's great, nothing against it. Shrezer ke bhi apne mocks hai, but your main priority, always topmost priority, that is if you don't have time to do too many things and have time only to do one thing, then this has to be done, leaving everything else. That is the mocks from the CFA Institute websites, the mocks for the current year. So if you're giving your exam in 2024, you have to do mocks from 2024. That is the most important thing. Everything else is extra. Agar time milega, you have bandwidth, you're done with your revision, then please go ahead. That's not an harm. But most important thing has to be the current year CFA Institute mocks. How many mocks should you do? Minimum 2, maximum how many ever you want. The more the better, but minimum 2 has to be done. And very important thing, if you don't do this, your mocks are a complete waste. That is, you have to time yourself while giving a mock. Don't move, don't you know keep your area essay very open or something like that. Try to follow as much as CFA rules as possible, so that on the exam day you don't face exam fatigue. That happens, sometimes what happens is we're so well prepared, but we are not used to sitting in one place for 2.5 hours and continuously doing one thing, especially in the age that we live in, where we have, reels and shorts that move in literally 15 seconds. Our attention span is too low. So for us to get habitual to sitting in one place for 2.5 hours, looking at one thing, doing one thing, we need to time ourselves while doing the mocks. Now, understand one thing, on the exam day, CFA level 1 and CFA level 2 usually don't face a time crunch, but still, on the safer side, when you're timing yourself at home, keep 5 minutes lesser so that you're just more prepared. For CFA level 3 candidates, keep 10 minutes less, because believe me, CFA level 3 candidates will face a big, big time crunch on the exam day, and only this mocks wala practice will be able to help you navigate that. So please make sure you're timing yourself and keep 5 to 10 minutes less than the time that you're actually getting on the exam day. Now, next question, and a very important and most asked question, I would say, is what to do if you're not scoring well in mocks, or to answer it better, how much should you score in mocks to be in a safe zone? So, let alone mocks, anything that you're practicing in the CF Institute, we say that if you're getting above 70%, it's a myth, it's not an actual thing. But people like to say that if you're getting above 70%, you are slightly in a more comfortable safe zone. Somewhere you get that satisfaction, ki, haan, yaar, I know it. So, that 70% benchmark is honestly just for that. There is no such thing as it's a reality or it's false. I've seen people who have got zero in their mocks, or there are even people who have unfortunately not been able to do their mocks, clear the exam, and there are people who have done brilliantly in the mocks, unfortunately not clear the exam. So that score that you're getting in the mock has nothing to do, for that matter, in any of your practices, whatever score you get has nothing to do with what you're gonna get on the exam. But for your satisfaction, above 70 is a safe zone, so that you feel confident within yourself. You know what happens is, when we see results, when we see yourself doing well, suddenly there's a level of confidence that comes up. So just for that, above 70 is a good place to be. But But very, very, very important point, and the most non-negotiable point of this entire video. Even if you're getting 90% in your mocks, or even if you're getting 10%, if you don't spend a good amount of time, I'm repeating this, if you don't spend a good amount of time to understand what went wrong and why did it go wrong, be it that 10% that went wrong or that 90% that went wrong, you need to sit, you need to analyze why did it go wrong, you need to see that do I now understand what went wrong, because if on the exam day a similar concept is tested, on that day you can't afford to go wrong. So jitni bhi mistakes honi hai, have it now. Like whenever I study, and when I used to study for CFA level 1, level 2 also, I used to always have this theory in my head, and it's the most important theory that I follow, that जितने भी zeros आने हैं, जितने भी wrongs होने हैं, यहाँ हो जाए in my practice, so that on the exam day it doesn't happen, right? So please, if you're getting a low score, you're not doing well, or even if you're getting a good score, it's fine, but you need to spend time to know what went wrong. For the person who got 9 on 10 in their practice, or the person who got 1 on 10, you still need to spend time to understand what went wrong. Did you understand why it went wrong? Did you understand how to actually solve it on the exam day, or why, how to analyze it on the exam day? If you don't do this, then even if you do 10 mocks, you're wasting your time. If you don't do this, even if you study extremely hard, believe me, you are wasting your time. So make sure that you are spending time. I know I've repeated this multiple times, but it is really that important. Make sure that you are spending time on things that went wrong and understanding why it went wrong. So now coming to the last part of this video, again, one of the most asked questions: how similar are the questions from the mocks to the actual exam day? Now, this honestly is very, very subjective. I have seen instances where there have been questions from the mocks, even from the candidate resources, even from the end of chapter curriculum questions that have come on the exam paper. And there have also been instances where literally nothing from the practice question has come there, right? So if you're doing these practice questions, these mocks with the perspective that ये exact चीज exam में आएगा, then you're wasting your time, because there is no guarantee to that. Or it could even be a situation where you're two people giving the exam on the same day, and एक बंदे के उसमें आया, आपके नहीं उसमें नहीं आएगा. So don't go with that perspective. Instead, the perspective should be that your mind is getting so sharp through constant practice, it's getting so habituated to sit in one place, that on the exam day, even if they decide to twist the question, palto the question in any form, your concept is so strong and your mind is so sharp that you will be able to catch it. Why? Because you practice that many things, so you know that okay, they can ask from A to B, they can ask from B to A, they can also go to A to Z, then come back to A. There can be multiple permutations and combinations that will only be strong through, like I said, practice and through concept understanding. So I think I've answered pretty much all questions related to the exam mocks. Let me know in the comment section if you have any more questions, and I'll definitely answer it as soon as possible. Also, CFA level 1 and CFA level 2 May candidates, all the best. I know your exam is less than a month. With that, we're ending this video. If you have, like I said, any more questions, let me know. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.